Yep, that's me. You're probably wondering how I ended up in this situation.
Now, I could have said that my story starts with mom and dad, but it doesn't. Mom and dad got married, chose to have kids, and I think with me being the oldest, they went in with every intention, them being dutiful and good parents, and on the surface they were. Mom worked really, really hard opening a vet clinic, which she still owns, still works at to this day. Dad is a super secret spy, and they provided everything that I could have ever wanted, except for really attention, I guess. I remember being a toddler and just feeling really lonely. And so Mom got pregnant again, thinking that it would help, I think, and just wanting a bigger family overall. And then my sister came along, and that's really where this story begins. Mom and Dad were further in their careers, so they had more time, and I felt like they were giving Grace attention that I never got, and I resented that. As teens, we fought all the time, and Grace was, well, blessed with Mom and Dad's attention and really good friends. My sister's best friend, Elsie, decided to take it upon herself one day when my sister went to her crying to curse me. And that's where this story really begins. That's how I ended up here. I've been cursed.
I live inside my own world of make-believe. Kids screaming in the cradles, profanities. I see the world through ice covered in ink and bleach.
Well, hello everyone. Welcome to my channel. My name is Christina, and this is going to be the 100 Baby Challenge. I hope you guys enjoyed the intro that I included with this. I obviously need to practice a little bit more with making these, but I do want to add more storytelling elements to this challenge. With the 100 Baby Challenge, I've done it once before over on Twitch a few years ago, and we actually got to like 96 babies, and then I had to stop streaming on Twitch, and I never went back to it, and now it's been so long, it's been like 2 years, that I just didn't go back to it. So I wanted to do it again, finish it, and just do it a little bit more interesting. So from the intro you got that our matriarch, which her name is Ava Meadows, she is a mean, hot-headed, and hates children sim because I wanted to add the extra challenge of having a hot-headed sim for this. But she had a rough upbringing. Her parents tried their best, but they ended up, you know, favoring her younger sister, and it just didn't bode well with Ava. So she wasn't the best older sister at all to Grace. And so Grace's best friend cursed her to have 100 babies, which seems very cruel. I'm not gonna lie, it's probably the worst curse you could give somebody. But on top of that, she also cursed her to live in this abandoned house, as you guys saw at the end of the intro. She basically has to live in this, fix it up, and make do with having all of these kids. Besides the story element to this that I'm adding, the rules are basically the same. So the traditional rules for the 100 Baby Challenge goes as follows. Your matriarch cannot get pregnant by the same sim twice. None of the fathers can move into the house, nor can they assist in any meaningful way. All traits and aspirations of the children have to be random. You are not allowed to interfere with gender of the baby. You are not allowed to use mods, custom content, or cheats. I probably won't be listening to that rule. You can hire a nanny or maid, but cannot use the service reward cheat or reward thing. Once a child ages up to young adult, they can move out, but you can never move them back in. And the matriarch cannot have a job of any kind. You have to do something like painting, writing, anything that requires you to stay on lot. So those are the traditional rules to the 100 Baby Challenge. Again, I probably won't be listening to the no cheats or mods thing if I need them for storytelling. But for the most part, I'm gonna stick to the challenge. I'm gonna do it as close as possible without like obviously cheating everything. So we're probably just gonna stick with it otherwise that way. And then as for the aging rules, newborns will age up on their natural birthday. Infants will age up on their natural birthday or after trying all baby foods. I'm only doing that because I don't currently have the Growing Together pack. Toddlers will age up again on their natural birthday or after reaching level 3 on all skills or maxing out on 3. And then children and teens will age up on their natural birthday or when they have A's in school. And then those are the traditional aging rules, and I plan on just sticking with those. I don't really mind how those rules work. The only other thing that I've kind of changed, and this is to help me with storytelling and just to make this challenge a little bit more interesting, something different than what I've done before, I've also added in some additional rules. And these additional rules were added in and created by me, again, mainly for the story. So the additional rules are: the matriarch must start with the mean, hot-headed, and hates children traits, because I plan on changing those. They must live in an abandoned house and fix it up. They must take a family vacation every summer, which I think will be fun and difficult. Limited outfits, additional outfits will cost us 100 simoleons. You'll see when I'm getting the sim ready that I'm not giving her too many outfits. And the matriarch can gain a new trait, changing the negative traits after every 5 successful children or child moves out. So by the time we get to like 15 kids like out of the house, we can basically have good traits at the end. Again, that's to add to my storytelling. I thought about making it more difficult and doing like 5 and then 10 and then 15 kids, so it gets us further. But I already know that the hates children trait is going to make it really difficult because of how tense the Sims get when they're around kids. So I wanted a challenge, and I thought the beginning would be so much harder, and then it would help me with my storytelling for later on. If I plan on changing it, if I think I'm able to get through it too easily, then I may change it to the 5, 10, 15 rule for each trait. But we will see. Right now I'm going to stick to every 5 children, we can change one of her traits. I also have the additional traits mod in my game, so I do have more than the 3 traits that adults have. She has 5, so she's a maker. So she's a maker and she's creative, as well as those 3 negative traits that she has. And her aspiration is to be a maker, a fabricator, whatever that aspiration is, because I do plan on having her do candle making and all of that. When I was playing her as a teen, I already had her started on candle making, so she has a few candles in her inventory right now. I don't really see that as cheating. She already has some skills and some things in her inventory, but she has a whole family that lives in Willow Creek. I don't really see it as cheating that she already has traits and skills and everything, because obviously I've been playing her and her family, trying to, get this backstory going. She has some friendships already. I, again, don't see it as cheating, and hopefully it adds some richness to this challenge where we're not 100% like starting with nothing. As far as money, I think a lot of people probably start out, I think one of the rules in the traditional 100 baby challenge is that you can buy a house with like the 20,000 that you get, and then that's your money. For this, since she is cursed to an abandoned house, I did do the free real estate cheat for us to get the house, and then the money, I cheated it to where any money that she made when she was a teenager selling candles ended up being like 834 simoleons, I think, is what we're starting out with, which is not a lot of money when you need to buy a lot to fix up an abandoned house. So I think we will still have the challenge at the beginning of really hustling. The abandoned house really adds to it. It's almost like a rags to riches 100 baby challenge combo in a way, because we're starting with nothing, but she's supposed to be cursed, so I think it will work for what kind of story we're trying to do and where we're trying to go with her story. She's a hard sim to love, but I hope you guys are going to enjoy this. I'm really excited to get into this, and I'm going to try and upload at least 1 episode per week, more if I'm able to, sit down and play more, and we'll see how it goes. I am really excited, and thank you guys so much for watching. Hit that subscribe button if you want to see this challenge continue, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Bye!